Okay, so this unit we're going to start transformations. So our first type of transformation that we're going to talk about is a translation. So first of all of these transformations, what they do is they change or they move an image on the graph, on the coordinate plane. So just so we're all under the same impression of what an image is, that's going to be your new figure. So when we refer to an image, that's going to be the new figure. This is going to be after the transformation. So remember, there's all different types of transformations. The first one today is a translation. Now also, the way we symbolize an image is that when we name an image, like triangle A, B, C, D, if it is an image that is after transformation, we are going to use like triangle A prime, B prime, and C prime. So we're going to put the little apostrophes after the letters, and those are referred to as primes. Now if you see an image that does not have a prime, and you can see down here in these letters, so here's A, B, C, D, and then you read these as A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime. Now the preimage is basically another name for the original. So this is the original figure. This is going to be before the transformation. All right, so image is the new figure after the transformation, pre-image original or old, and it's before the transformation. So like I said, the first one we're going to talk about is a translation, and what it does is it moves every point of a figure the same distance in the same direction. So more specifically, a translation shifts or moves the points up or down and left or right. So since the figure is only being moved up, down, left, or right, translations actually preserve orientation. So orientation is kind of the way that the image is facing. So, you know, this image here is facing kind of where the points A and D are up. Well, no matter what happens in this translation, those points are always, it's going to be facing the same direction. So think about when you do, like when you print a piece of paper and you have portrait and then you have landscape. So that's the orientation of the paper. Is it straight up and down, or did it turn? So translations preserve orientation. So in this first one, we're going to translate the figure left 6 and up 8, and then we're going to give the coordinates of the new point. So first let's find the coordinates of the originals. So A is at 2, -3. B is at 2, -8. C, 8, -8. D is at 8, -3. And E, 5, -5. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this and we're going to say, okay, we're going to go left 6 and up 8. So we're going to take each point and we're going to go left 6 and then up 8. And there is our new coordinate right there, and it is at 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there are all the coordinates of A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and E prime. Now, I want you to look at what is happening to the coordinates of X and Y, and what I mean by that is mathematically. So you'll see the X value here from A to A prime went from 2 to -4. Well, we went left 6. So basically in a translation, when you move left and right, that is going to change your x. So your x's are going to move left and right. And when you move left, you're going to be subtracting. And when you move right, you're going to be adding to the x value. And the other one, your y's, so you can see here our y values went from -3 to 5, and we actually went up 8. And that's how you, when you do -3 plus 8, you get 5. So your y's are going to be changed by either a translation up or down, and when you go up, you're going to be adding to your y value, and when you're going down, you're going to be subtracting. Now, a translation rule is you simply start out with x comma y. So what this is saying is we took our original ordered pair here, all the original ordered pairs, and we changed them so that the x's, what we did to the x's, since we went left 6, we subtracted 6 from all the x's. And then we took the y's and we went up 8, so we added 8. So this right here is a translation rule because you're going to be asked to write the rule. This is the form it must be in. So now let's use the translation. So they want you to take x, y, and they want you to subtract 6 from the x's and add 4s to the y's. And so where do you end up? So if you do 3 minus 6, you're going to end up at -3. And if you do 2 plus 4, you're going to end up at 6. So there is a prime is at -3, 6. Look at B. What is the image of B? So -4 minus 6 is going to end up at -10. 1 plus 4, you're going to end up at 5. So B prime is at -10, 5. So I would like you to try to do C and D on your own. So go ahead and pause it, and then we'll come back and check. So E prime should be at, so -6 minus 6 is -12, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So there is your E prime. F prime, 4 minus 6 is -2. -3 plus 4 is 1. So F prime should be at -2, 1. Now, let's we need to make, okay, there is a difference in these two. In E, F, and G, and H, it's asking you what is the pre-image. So basically, this is the new point. They want to know what the old one is. So we have to take this and we have to reverse the rule. So if you're looking for a pre-image, what it was before this, we have to reverse this rule. So instead of subtracting 6, we're going to add 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8. And -7 minus 4 is -11. So basically, that's where C was at. So if we need to look for the pre-image of D prime, again, we're going to reverse that rule up here. So we're going to go -3 plus 6. -3 plus 6 is going to end us up at 3. And -2 minus 4 is going to end up at -6. So the original D was at 3, -6. G, we got to reverse. -4 plus 6 is going to be at 2. 2 minus 4 is going to be at -2. So the original W was at 2, -2. And 5 plus 6 gives us 11. 2 minus 4 gives us -2. So the original X was at 11, -2. So again, just be careful and really pay attention. Does it want the image or does it want the pre-image? So be careful and make sure you're reading those words. Now, to write the rule. So remember, rules are in the format, okay, we started with X comma Y, and then what happened to it? How did the X change and how did the Y change? And you're filling this in based off of up, down, left, or right. So again, you want to remember your X's are going to be the left and right. So again, this is the left and right, and your Y's are going to be the up and down. So we're going 2 units to the left and 1 unit up. So if we're going left, that's subtraction. So 2 units left and then 1 unit up. So that's the rule. This next one is just going 5 units down. So the X is staying. We're not going left and right, but the Y is going 5 units down, so we're going to be subtracting from the Y. Next, we're going to go 6 units to the left, so left is subtract, and 2 units down, down is subtract the y's. We're going to go 8 units right, so right is addition, and 7 units up, up is addition. There are your rules. Now, triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is the image of triangle ABC after translation. So write the rules. So this is one thing you need to pay attention, is which one is the new one and which one is the old one. And I like to sometimes write it in there so I don't get them confused. Remember, anytime they're with the prime, and you can see how they use the dash line instead, this is the new one and this is the old one. So you're going, okay, where did it start? It started at the old. So again, if you want to write, okay, this is where it started and this is where it finished, and all you have to do is map 1 point, because all the points are mapped in the same distance, the same direction. So if we go from C and we count and we go, all right, we're going 1, 2, 3 backwards. Well, I know left are X's, so 3 backwards. And then I'm going up 1, 2. So up are the y's and up is addition. So your rule is x minus 3, y plus 2. All right. Next, in number 5, graph figure ABCD with these vertices. I want you to pause it while you graph and then come back and double check to make sure you got your vertices in the correct location before you move on. Okay, so make sure your vertices are in the same spot as mine. Now what I want you to do is to apply the rule x plus 3, y minus 3, and give me the new coordinates of the new vertices, A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and then come back and check. Again, I want you to pause it, then do it, and then come back and check. So there is your image. So remember again, the new one is referred to as the image. The old one here is the pre-image. So and there is your A prime is at 1, 3, B prime is at 5, 1, C prime is at 5, negative 2, and D is at 1, 0. Number 6, we're going to use this point P, negative 6, 2, to find the rule that describes the translation to P prime. So basically, this is where they started and this is where they ended. They want us to find, all right, well, if you were at negative 6, and what you need to pretend like is, okay, if you were at on a number line and you were at negative 6 and then you ended up at 9, what did you do mathematically to get from negative 6 to 9? Well, if you go from a negative number to a positive number, you're definitely having to add. Well, the difference between 6 and 9 is basically 15. So negative 6 plus 15 is going to end you up at 9. Then on the y's, they went from 2 to negative 2. So a positive to a negative is you did some subtraction. So what you're going to have to do there is you're going to have to subtract. So the x's, they added 15, and the y's subtracted 4. Good. So here, this B, P prime, it went from negative 6 to 6. So on the x's, they added 12. And on the y's, they went from 2 to 0, so they subtracted 2. Okay, number 7. So if we translated point A from 4, negative 3, and we went left 2. So remember, left is subtracting the x's. So 4 minus 2 is going to end us up at 2. And then we have negative 3, and we went down 6. So down is a subtract, left is a subtract. So negative 3 minus 6 is going to end us up at negative 9. So number 8, so if you translated the point B at negative 2, 3, and we went right 5 units, so right is adding, so negative 2 plus 5 is going to end us up at 3, and then 3 up 2, up is a positive, so 3 plus 2 is 5. So the next ones are to finish up on your own. You're going to describe and write the rule for each translation. So by describing, what you're going to do in the describe is saying it went left, 8 units, and then it went up 2 units. So that's the description is in words. The rule is going to be, all right, well, left is X. If you're going to go left, you're going to subtract. So that would be minus 8, and then the y's you're going to be adding 2. So this is a description, and this is the rule. So you're going to do the translation for figure 1 to figure 2, and then figure 4 to figure 3.